Welcome back to the Arena Accessories channel where we say there are never enough knives. Today, I have a couple of treats here, and we're going to do an unboxing on the Sanrenmu S771 models, the S771-1, as well as the S771-2. Now, these are fixed blades. The key takeaway here is you have to decide which steel you prefer. In this box, in door number 1, we have Sandvik steel. So you get this really nice heirloom quality, leather sheath. Beautiful rosewood handle. You pop the little loop off. And what are we working with here? Sandvik 14C28N steel. Okay, the handle's super smooth, super ergonomic. Let's get this box out of the way here. And pretty much the 771-2 is basically the same exact knife. The only difference is the sheath has a little slight upgrade, and the steel on the 771-2 is VG-10 Damascus. So if you're going to make a Damascus, I can't see picking a better steel on a budget knife than VG-10. So if you can tell the difference right off the bat from the sheaths, it's just a little extra stamping going on. Vegetable tanned leather. Let's see. Look at that. Nice mirror polish on the Damascus. Let's get right up in there. The blade edge on that is nice and polished. I don't know. I'm seeing a little bit of extra. There's a little bit of extra chamfered edge on the 771-2 versus the 771. So it doesn't have any sharp edges or anything, but there's a little bit finer craftsmanship, I think. Very ever so subtle on the Damascus version. Either way, I couldn't say, oh, one is more comfortable than the other. They both feel identical in the hand. They are identical knives. The main difference here is you're working with different steel. So do you prefer Damascus steel, or do you prefer a really rust-resistant Sandvik 14C28N? That's the benefit of Sandvik. It's basically like if you had a D2 that was as durable as a D2 almost, and just didn't rust as easily. D2 is great steel, but for a budget steel, but it's a little corrosive, if you to say the least. You got to really keep it oiled. Sandvik, you can pretty much be lazy with it, and you're not going to have too much rust on it. So overall, you got a nice drop point blade design. Let me pull up some specs here so that I can actually know what I'm talking about here, instead of having to pull out my ruler and my scale and everything else. So the 771, both of these are coming in at 8.75 inches. Overall, the blade length is 4.5. So if this is going to be legal carry in your state, you're going to have to live in a state where you're going to have a blade under 5 inches or over 4 inches. I know in Connecticut I couldn't carry this concealed unless I was hunting or fishing. That's the caveat in Connecticut. You have to have your license on you, and then you can carry 12-inch knife or whatever you got. You probably not open carry, but you can carry a sword and, whatever, machete. You've got a good excuse. That's what the law says in Connecticut. But the laws are different everywhere, and the laws are constantly changing. So I implore you, study up on your local districts, because I don't have time to keep up with all the state's laws. I don't think any of us do. So your best bet is to focus on your own district and know what is legal in your area. And use that when you make your purchases. Use those specifications, because if you want to be able to carry your stuff and you want to do so legally, you better do your homework. If you're not sure, you can call your local police department. You can see if they know. Sometimes they don't even know. So it's it just takes a lot of online Googling and things like that. But hopefully you find your answers. Here I am ranting about knife laws, but just take a look at the stinking craftsmanship and the fine quality of this rosewood. I forget the name of the rosewood. It's Delbergia rosewood. The stain is all pretty similar. It's coming in at kind of like an orangey cherry tone, but every single knife is going to have a totally different look to it because of the way that the wood grain is, because no two trees are identical. That's the beauty of this type of wood. This is not some crappy, pack of wood that they're going to use on a steak knife. This is some legitimate knife scale wood, and they did a really nice job on the blades. The fit and finish is excellent. This is probably one of the nicest fixed blades we've ever carried for, around this size. And if you're looking for this type of thing for a gift, or if you're looking for something that's just a really nice quality heirloom piece that's going to last you many, many moons, be sure to check it out. The overall weight on this knife with the sheath is 6.7 ounces, 4.8 ounces by itself. So, like I said, the only major differences I can really tell between the 771 and the S771-2 is the amount of chamfer on the blade edge. If I can get really close, you can kind of see there's a little less chamfer on the top edge, and on the Damascus it's difficult to see, but there's a little bit more chamfer, so it's a little more rounded. And I think that was intentional. I think they were just trying to give the fancier version just a little bit of extra oomph in the finish department. You can kind of tell on the handles as well. You can see how it's like more flush on the 771 versus 771-2. Other than that, you're getting the same little leather tassel on the handle, which can be removed if you don't like it. And it's got a really nice feel in the hand. There's no jimping. Don't really need it. It's just a super ergonomic grip. And this could be a really nice piece to buy for your grandson, or a piece to buy for yourself, or it's actually kind of nice. I mean, I'd feel bad about beating on this knife, but could you beat on it? Yeah, you definitely could beat on it. It would take the abuse because it's good steel. And this heat treat and the cryogenic treatment that Sanrenmu does on their stuff is ridiculously good. The thickness is right at 3 millimeters, so it's not too thick, not too thin. And this is what you're getting for a nice budget package. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this little quick, brief look over review. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I should be mentioning about it. And I think that's about going to wrap it up because I talk too much. So have a great day. Thank you again for your support.